I'm back! Where the fuck were these videos for the past week and a half? But no, I'm back. I'm definitely back with more Blaster Master Zero. As you may or may not know, last week I got contact lenses for my eyes and they suck. I freaking hate it. But that's just a me problem. It's not the problem with the lenses itself. I'm just fidgety. And also, I was busy trying to edit these videos, actually. I was doing the voiceovers for the characters, and slightly improving. Not really, I still suck. Even as Eve, because, come on, I got a baritone voice. How am I supposed to do a girl? I mean, I could just sound like this and sound completely fucking stupid, and also take a... and also take away some of the drama out of the scenes if I sounded that high-pitched. So I think my current voice works. But yeah, it was an effort. I just spent the last 3 or 4 days editing these videos and putting the voiceovers in. Get the hell out of my way, Metroid. Damn. Die. But yeah, it's not bad. I like to think I did a good job on this playthrough. And I hope you're enjoying it this far. I mean, I did take a week-long break, so hopefully you're still invested. Sorry about that. But getting back on subject, welcome to the man-made sea area. It sucks, but it's no sewer system, so I will give it a pass because underwater levels are just, they're unique in that they can suck, but somehow they're still serene in their own way, if you know what I mean. The gimmick with this level in particular, more so the side-scrolling parts, are the currents. There are underwater currents in the area. As for the top-down sections, the only gimmick here is not really a gimmick, it's more so a graphical effect. You get these, the aquatic sea life, blah, I can't even talk today. You get the aquatic sea life blocking your view, which is kind of neat. And I also like the graphical effects for it too. Now, trust me, this game will not run on NES, or if it will, it's gonna need like 1,000 chips, and the NES itself will probably catch on fire and burn the neighborhood down. And that joke got kinda dark. I make a lot of jokes and analogies about cutting-edge games taxing their respective consoles to the point of wildfire. I mean, freaking Batman and Robin on the Sega Genesis? Or how about another Sunsoft game called Super Spy Hunter on the NES? There's no way Super Spy Hunter ran normally on the NES. There's no way it could've, it had help. And so will my NES after I play it later. That game also has an excellent soundtrack by Naoki Kodaka, who, I swear this guy is a genius. I don't know how he can squeeze out that kind of sound from the NES, but it's God tier. And I don't know how it works. Now, he also did soundtracks for games like Journey to Silius, the Batman games, and of course the original Blaster Master. Everything connects. Oh, and then there's Fester's Quest. Hey, at least I could say that game has really good music. So for this level, you have to sink further into the depths in order to get this chip that will help Sophia submerge into water. Like, actually turn into a submarine. I like this subtle graphical effect where everything gets darker the further you sink in. Kind of reminds me of Echo the Dolphin, which may or may not be a bad thing. You know what? I think that's a bad thing. Hated Echo the Dolphin. Okay, there are games that you can't beat, but you'll eventually beat, like The Lion King. And then there are just games that you will never beat. And Echo the Dolphin is one of those games. I'm sorry. That game sucks. But we got more of these Scuba Steve looking jokers here, and they're still easy. They just go in a straight line for you. There's no real threat. Oh right, I forgot this was a thing. Platforming. Now don't worry, you don't die instantly if you fall into a pit, you just jump back up. There will be a platforming section later on where you're just hopping from platform to platform just to get to the other side, like a chicken with its head cut off. Or a Jason without its helmet because, goddamn, does he need that helmet? I mean, come on, that helmet is a national treasure. It's kind of like shooting Princess Vespa's hair. If you touch that thing, you're without a doubt going to die. Painfully. So, in other words, don't fuck with Jay's helmet, and he won't fuck with you. But yeah, this dungeon or cave or room or whatever you want to call it is not too bad to navigate. You will get a new weapon for Sophia, which I never use. I think that thing is pointless, but we shall see it when we get to it. And you got platforms that lead to other platforms. Wait a minute. Oh dude, I never actually noticed that. You can see those little lights on the edge of the platforms. I never noticed that until just now. So let me elaborate on what I just said, because I sounded kind of random there. Like most of my commentary. Each time a platform goes in a specific direction, a tiny little light will light up on that direction. So if it's going down, the south end will light up just a little bit, so it's indicating that it's going down. And vice versa for if it's going up or left and right. Dude, I've never noticed that before until just now. That is freaking awesome. This game is amazing. This mini Mook Rush right here is a bit more interesting because of the Scuba Steve guys. And also there's a whole bunch of fish swimming around, which can obstruct your vision. You know, a bit harder. I like it. Wait a minute, that sounded wrong. I promise I'm not into that. I'm not into that. Not that there's anything wrong with it, I'm just not into it. But this area is a bit more difficult. That's a better phrase, I guess. It's a bit more difficult than, say, Area 2 with the freaking flies. What was that boss rush? Alright, I got the shield mine, and what is even the purpose of this weapon? I'm just curious. Let me just equip it right quick. And also, I like how Jason just opens the cockpit to Sophia, even with Eve inside it, and she's not protected by any helmet, so she essentially drowned. Oh god. Wait, Jason, don't open the... But I'm gonna demonstrate the shield mine because I never use it again. That was the shield mine. It protects you from the front, but if you're careful enough, you should never get hit because the tank is just that mobile. So you should be dodging more than just standing around. Oh, okay, so my voice can go that high, it's just only on certain occasions. And if I drink a lot of fluids, I don't know. But for this next part right here, we're gonna have to ditch Sophia for now because the tank cannot withstand currents for the life of it. So, goodbye, Eve. Jason, please And another thing, I'm going into like 1,000,001 different tangents, I like it. Jason's swimming animation, it is dodgy at best. He is struggling something fierce. He is like, oh god damn it. Oh, I hate swimming. It's wet everywhere. God damn it. I knew I should have taken those Navy training lessons. This is bullshit. But it reminds me of Tails' swimming in it. Excuse me. It reminds me of Tails' swimming animation from Sonic 3, which is a good thing because I love Sonic 3. That is at one point my favorite game of all time. And the stranger thing is that Jay can still shoot while swimming, and that's not even the strange part. The strange part is how the blaster rifle just comes out. It looks like it was superimposed onto a swimming sprite. It's literally as big as the person, which is kind of true to life because in the concept art, his blaster rifle is kind of as big as his torso at least, but it's still kind of jarring to look at. Instead of going into that pipe, go down. Go into this pipe. I will circle back up into that pipe later, but for now I'm going into this dungeon because it's kind of out of the way. Now here's a trick with getting onto ladders. Some people may get it confused that you only have to press up in order to get onto it, but that's only if you're on the ground. If you're in the air or swimming, you could also press up in order to get onto the ladder, but it's easier to just press the jump button to get onto the ladder quicker. And you also don't have to deal with accidental directional input, so that's a plus right there. Let's talk to Eve, let's see what she's got cooked up. P.S. She can't cook, by the way, so yeah. Jason, I checked the signal. You should find the chip in there. Got it. Send me the signal when you get a second. Yep, roger that. Okay, that's that. Oh wait, there's more. Whew. Okay, time to sort through this intel and give Sophia a tune-up. I keep working like this, but my memory hasn't come back. I'm starting to get impatient with it all. I know Jason said that I shouldn't try to force it, but let's check out Sophia's database. There might be a clue somewhere. I can operate Sophia despite having lost my memory. There's gotta be something here. I know it. When I checked the database, I found a single piece of information that was locked behind some high-grade security. Is this information all confidential? Looks like I need some sort of authentication, but... I touched the monitor and Sophia's speech interface began to run. Confirming release of confidential information. Now beginning the authentication process. Now authenticating biometrics. Scanning target. Target identified as Android Nora 2057 Eve. Authentication complete. Now beginning Android key code authentication. Verifying key code. Key code authentication complete. Permission granted to access confidential information. Now disclosing information. What is going on? Why does it know my name? And what is this about an android? With that voice, a massive amount of information was displayed before my eyes. As I was reading it, I constantly felt these sharp pains in my head. I didn't want to know what was happening, but I knew what this was. I really should have stopped reading, I know this, and yet I could not allow myself to look away. I knew that I needed to see this so that I can return to my real self. Me not trying to get a noise complaint, it was at that moment that I remembered everything. What the? I can't connect. Is the receiver messed up? So, Eve is temporarily out of commission for this part of the game. Each time you go to the receiver to talk to her, you'll just get this portrait of Jason saying something along the lines of, "Damn, I can't connect with her." Even in the tank too, I believe. But then again, I don't think I returned to the tank until later on, so yeah. This sequence is only 5 to 10 minutes long, so no big deal. But Eve is actually trying to remember something. That's good. We're getting progress. It's probably something stupid like why the graphic designer for this game forgot to add a nose to her. Like, if you look at the portraits, she's clearly lacking a nose. In fact, all the character portraits in this game is pretty sketch. Jason's actually the worst offender of this because he's always got angry eyebrows all the time, even when he's happy. And his happy portrait is literally just his mad portrait or serious portrait, except with a smile. That's it. He's still got the angry eyebrows. Also, this guy is a cakewalk because... wow. Interesting. He's actually interesting because he's got a whole bunch of different attacks, but I don't show it off because time purposes. I'm speedrunning this game. But you do get the turret from this boss fight, and I do believe this boss does use the turret against you. Okay, so every time you get a weapon from a boss, chances are he'll most likely use it against you during a boss fight, provided you don't kill him fast enough. But the turret is pretty cool. It's a mine that shoots out bullets, and it also diverts enemy fire, so you could just place down a turret, run to the other side of a room, and then the enemy will be none the wiser to stop shooting at an inanimate object that fires bullets, rather than the person that's doing the actual damage. But going back to the endgame art for a second, Eve is pretty okay, missing a nose aside. She is pretty okay, except her sad/distressed face is kind of janky. It looks like she cut into the world's most powerful onion, or she just misfired with a shampoo or something. My left eye is closed and everything now sucks. What a cruel world. Alright, I'm going into this Mario pipe now. And you got more Scuba Steve's divers here. That's not their actual names, I'm just making shit up. And they were in the original game actually. I think everything from the original game makes an appearance here, if I'm not mistaken. Be careful not to touch that shark, he does twice the damage as compared to any other enemy in the game. Oh yeah, and the currents will blow the enemies up too. Ah! Yeah, just like that. But yeah, your swimming skills will be put to the test in this room in particular. Because look at this. Those lines are currents, and you have to swim through this middle part, which is free of current wind for some reason. I don't know. But look, here's a dick move right here. Shark! I have to go into the current and get blown back a bit. Now, don't worry, Sharky doesn't come back. You can crawl from the beginning of this area all the way down because there's a safe spot where there's no current. But Jason crawls like a toddler learning how to move for the first time. It takes forever to do that. So yeah, just swim through, just avoid the shark, and you should have no problems. Alright, this is the final dungeon of this area, and things can be a little bit tricky because of the platforming sections, but it's not too bad. And also, I think this is the only dungeon in the game where there's 2 exits. Yes, that's right, there are actually 2 exits in this dungeon. One exit will lead you to a life up, while the other exit will lead you to the room with the boss fight that will give you the chip for Sophia. Oh, what the fuck was that? That didn't look good. That didn't look good at all. I'm sure that was nothing. Anyway, more platforming up ahead. Just walk diagonally on this waterfall and you should be safe. Oh, what the hell? Things got creepy all of a sudden. Go back, go back, go back, go back. Something tells me we have to fight that thing. Or whatever crawled out of that thing. You know, for a game series that's aimed towards older kids, I'm gonna say older kids, Blaster Master Zero can be pretty dark and creepy at times. Especially if you get the bad ending, because holy shit, the bad endings are dark. I will probably post a video with the bad endings of both 01 and 02 in an extra video as soon as I finish the trilogy. I don't even know if 03 will have the 2 endings trope like those 2 games did. Because 03 is not out yet. At least they're taking their time with it. 03 looks like it's going to be an amazing game. And quite frankly, I've never been this excited for a game before. I am dead serious. I keep watching the trailers over and over again. And I'm also anticipating this demo that's supposedly supposed to come out on Steam soon. By the time of this recording, it probably is already out. But I'm just excited for 03 to come out already. Even got the music. The music is freaking amazing. Oh god, I'm humming. I shouldn't be humming. And that probably sounded nothing like how it sounded in the trailer, because that song is actually... wow, it's amazing. Everything about it is amazing. July 29th cannot come any faster. So wait a minute. You're telling me that Inti Creates can make a trilogy in the span of 4 years, yet Freedom Planet 2's been stuck in purgatory for 5 to 6 years now? Let's see, the original Freedom Planet came out in 2014? Yeah, 5 to 6 years. What's going on, Galaxy Trail? But then again, Inti Creates is a bit of a larger company. They are no Naughty Dog or Rockstar, but Inti Creates is a big developer for the indie scene, so guess he got Galaxy Trail beat there. Alright, here's the life up. If you try to go through it from the left, you will be blocked by this wall, even though I think there is a glitch that you can actually go through the wall in order to get the life up anyway without going through that dungeon. I just don't know how to pull it off. Alright, so time to sleep with the... wait, no, we're not sleeping with the fishes. No, don't do that. Time to dance with the fishes. That's more like it. Wait, fishes don't dance though. Everything's wrong. The cake is a lie, everything is not as it seems, everything I just said was wrong, game over. But now we have to backtrack a little bit through this dungeon in order to get back to that second door that we just skipped over. It's this platforming section right here. You go to the left. But this dungeon, and by extension Area 5, marks a turning point in the game where everything becomes a bit more harder, only slightly, with an extra emphasis on slightly. Oh shit. We're gonna need a bigger rifle. Also, this game is rated E for everyone. Like that even matters. But anyway, you got turrets on both sides that you need to shoot down, otherwise you'll be shot to shit. Oh yeah, and the Scuba Steve guys. I can always count on Scuba Steve to save me. Or kill me, depending on the mood. I don't know. Into the boss door we go. Now this guy is not too challenging, even though he may give off the intimidation factor because he just literally bit into a shark earlier, but he's not too bad. Is that the shadow I saw earlier? The chip signal is coming straight from it. Oh no way! That thing is using the chip. This is bad news. Eve, I gotta take this thing down. What? Eve? Are you alright? Eve is definitely inside Sophia, but it seems the transmission is bad. I hope nothing happened to her. Damn, of all the times. Please be safe, Eve. Warning, the Abyssal Predator. Hardshell. Wow, that's a generic name right there. Hardshell is trivial with a wave. You can also penetrate him with a penetrator shot, which is level 3 gun, but for more effectiveness, just use the wave cannon. He is heavily armored from the front, hence the name. And other than the fact that it's not his weakness per se, armor-piercing shots really work against this guy. Eve, can you hear me now? Jason? Eve, you're safe. Thank goodness. Hey, what's the matter? I could be asking you the same question. The transmission to you was really unstable. I kept calling out to you. Did you notice? The transmission? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't notice. Hey, I'm just glad that everything was alright. By the way, I got the chip. I'm heading your way now. Right. Please be careful getting back, okay? Yeah, I will. Going to the receiver and talking to Eve adds a little bit more context to that boss fight. Because you could just go into the boss fight without talking to Eve, and you're just wondering, why can't Jason talk to Eve all of a sudden? Well, that's why. You have to talk to Eve first, and then she'll go through her identity crisis, then go silent for a while. That's why. And I do like how this game has all of its tutorials and just story elements in this one menu, I guess you could call it, because the receiver, you can talk to Eve and she'll say some things. But games don't really do that anymore. They just front load you with all this stuff. Here's this, here's that. This is how you do this. And I'm just like, let me play the game, please. But I like that you could just go into the menu and talk to a person that will give you some clues and some hints. And it also works the other way too, because maybe you don't want to talk to that person. Maybe you just want to play the game. Then you'll never have to press the button. Hello, truck. But now we got the dive gear, and that's gonna make our lives underwater a whole lot easier. The dive gear goes against water currents, which is a godsend because the water currents suck. So it's time to go left here, and watch a whole bunch of scuba Steves just go to their deaths on the spikes right here. Like, they're swimming with the current, but they have nowhere to go, so yeah. You don't even have to do the work. Jeffrey, is this a good idea? Yeah, man, we're gonna jump them. But there are spikes down there. Shouldn't we let the spikes do all the work for us? Nah, man, that's too easy. On my mark, 1, 2, 10. Alright, here's the entrance to Area 6, the glacier. Looks like we made it to the glacier area. How's Fred's signal, Eve? All good. I can still pick it up. Great! How about all those mutants? Any changes since last time? It looks like some of them are still there, but most of them went elsewhere. I just can't get a read on these guys. What could they be up to? Oh, Jason, I know you want to find out, but we gotta focus on looking for Fred. Yes, that's true. Sorry, you're absolutely right. I'm sorry too, I spoke too strongly. The ground looks like it's going to be frozen going forward, so please tread extra carefully. Oh. And now Eve is acting completely weird and Jason's none the wiser. Anyway, that's going to be the end of part 5 of Blaster Master Zero. I'll see you in part 6.